Yeah, so Sembley joined our agency a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think right about
Trying to
that.
think when, yeah, I can't remember when that exact transition happened,
Yeah.
but we were in a season of we're filling out accords every day. We're trying to gather all this information and filling out accords. If you work in the insurance industry, it's probably one of your least favorite things you get to do on a day-to-day basis. So it's really finding out what is that AI-driven or data-driven system that's supporting us in completing those. And we reached out to 7 different companies, some that were specific to the church industry, and some that weren't, but they could do that customization to make it what we were needing it to look like. And we reviewed all of them and narrowed it down to Sembley and one other company. Um, and both of you guys gave us the opportunity to get into the system and start using them a little bit. Um, and really through that, we learned, hey, there is value in Sembley. Sembley is filling that gap on AI ingestion and data-driven key points of filling in those accords. But also, I think one thing that made Sembley stand out to our agency during that season is we had just come from a software that there was no customer support. And when I say customer support, I mean agency support to us, to them, when we needed something. And Sembley has been a breath of fresh air in that way. There's a problem, there's a concern, there's a question we have. I email you, I email your general support email, and I get a response that day. I get, hey, this is what we're going to do to fix that. Here's what we're going to do. Here's a timeline on it. We'll let you know once it's live or once it's been fixed. Or, hey, we didn't know that was a problem. Thanks for bringing that out. Let's work on that. So I think there's been a lot of value in that. And that's, again, your support to your clientele. Your support and clientele is your agencies. And that speaks volumes to who you guys are as a company and the heartbeat behind you guys as individuals, and where you want to lead the company. So we really found that Sembley was filling that gap. We went from doing back in 2022, we did a project on the return on investments, or ROI, on individuals' use of time to fill out accords.
Hmm.
And you really look down to start looking at that data and those numbers. You're saying, hey, my team member that might get paid X amount every year is taking X amount of time to fill out an accord. That is then costing me how much? And that's costing how much of their time? Okay, where else can that money be going? Into our agency, into our clients' relationships, to now bring providing more value to our clientele, into our niche market. So we then, that's where that really started spearheading that conversation of AI ingestion. And since we've adopted Sembley, we've seen a 75% cut in ROI, our loss on our return on investment, based on the time saved for our employees and the time that's spent on their hours being used to complete Accord applications. And then that's where a year ago, we were out in Phoenix for our annual conference for our Lightwell product. And we were able to bring this concept of Sembley to everyone, and had so many questions, so much excitement, because people don't know this kind of product out there. And it's not a product that's, oh, it's just sitting docile and it's going to be what it is. But it's always, hey, we're working on the next best thing. Hey, we're adding where you can do signatures. We're adding where you can do payments. We're adding where you can do this. We can, wherever that's going and how that's adapting. And I think that's shown a lot of value in the mindset between you and those others that are there at Assembly.